Hello and good evening to everyone. Today is our sixth session. Today we want to talk about sampling. This definition of sample, definition of population, and different type of sampling methods that divide to probability and non-probability methods. Alright, why sample? Why not study everyone? A debate about census versus sampling. Alright, why do we sample? Because size of the population, cost of obtaining elements, and convenience and accessibility of elements. These are the three main reasons for doing sampling. So if we want to talk about the reason for sampling more, we can say that budget and time concentrate in case of large population, high degree of accuracy and reliability. This is very important. Alright, if sample is representative of population, so we have high degree of accuracy and reliability. Another reason is sampling may sometimes produce more accurate results than taking a census. As the latter, there are more risks for making interviewer and other errors due to high volume persons contacted and the number of census takers, some of whom may not be well trained, well not educated, alright? And the other reason is industrial production, meaning import and export. Alright, sampling as a one picture, you can see at this slide population, and sample is a very small part of the population. Okay, so we can have a definition of sample like this. A sample is a subset of a larger population of object, individual, household, business, organization, and so forth. Alright. Sampling enables researchers to make estimates of some unknown characteristic of the population in question. All finite in group is called population, whereas a non-finite group is called universe. Alright? A census is an investigation of all individual elements of a population. So always remember this picture, what's population and where is the sample. Again, we can say that sample is a subset of a population selected to estimate the behavior or characteristic of the population. So sample is a subset and it's selected to estimate behavior or characteristic. This is the point, alright? And importance of sampling properly. A sample exists to represent its current population. So the good sample should exist to present current population, alright? We must know what the actual current population is, otherwise we draw false conclusions. So choosing the right sample is very important. If we don't choose right sample, and the sample doesn't relate to the parent population, so our conclusion becomes false, okay? Example, if we sample only women, we cannot safely make claims about men. This is very simple sample. Okay, the sampling process. In this slide, you can see the sampling process. The first option is define the target population. Look at the down of the slide. All right. Number one in the process. Number one is define the target population. Then come to select a sampling frame. And after that, determine if a probability or non-probability sampling method, which method of sampling you want to choose. After that, come to plan procedure for selecting sampling unit, and then determine sample size, and then select actual sample unit, and then come to the conduct fieldwork. 7 option of the process. 7 parts. The process of sampling has 7 parts. Right, about population, all the potential study elements are defined, careful specification of the population. So the population is all the potential study elements. Okay, a study population. What is a study population? Almost impossible to guarantee that every element meeting your definition of the population. So you have a chance to be selected into the sample. All right. Thus, the study population will be somewhat smaller than the population. Of course, the study population should be smaller than the population. Defining the target population. So here we have study population, now target population. Okay, the target population is that complete group whose relevant characteristics are to determine through the sampling. Okay, a target population may be, for example, all faculty members in the Department of Management Sciences in the COMSAT network, all housewives in Kabul, for example, or all pre-college students in Kuala Lumpur, and all medical doctors in Afghanistan. All of them are the examples for target population. And in one of the examples, you see all faculty members in the Department of Management Sciences in the COMSAT. So I just want to say you that COMSAT is abbreviation for Communication Satellite Corporation. That's the global telecommunication company. They're based in USA and also has some branches in other countries, right? And the 3 point is the target group should be clearly delineated if possible. For example, do all pre-college students include only primary and secondary students, or also a student in other specialized educational institutions? So you should define your target population very clear. Alright, what's the sample size? When you want to do your sampling, your research, maybe you don't know about the sample size. So choice of sample size is influenced by confidence needed in the data, margin of error that can be tolerated, type of analysis to be undertaken, and size of sample population and distribution. Okay, the most important thing is size of the sample population and distribution. The other concept that we have in the sampling is sampling frame. The sampling frame is a list of all those population elements that we will be using in the sample, alright, all of them. Example of sampling frame are a student telephone directory. For example, if your population is a student, if you choose a student as a population, so sampling frame can be a student telephone directory, okay? Or for example, the list of companies in the stock exchange, the directory of medical doctors and specialists, or the yellow pages for business. If you, of course, we know that we have some yellow pages for business, okay? So this also can be the framework, as example. Often the list does not include the entire population, okay? The discrepancy is often a source of error associated with the selection of the sample. So this causes sampling frame error. And of course, information relating to sampling frames can be obtained from commercial organizations. And about sampling unit, this is another concept in sampling procedure, sampling unit. The sampling unit is a single element or group of elements. So be careful, single element or group of elements, both of them can be done, right? Subject selection in a sample. For example, every student at COMSAT whose first name begins with the letter F. Or, for example, all child passengers under 18 years of age are traveling in train from destination X to destination Y. Or, for example, all jewelers shop in sector F6 and F1, F7, and F8 in Istanbul, alright? These are all examples of sample grouping. Okay, as I mentioned in the outline, we have two kinds of methods for sampling. So we have two types of quantitative sampling. The first one is probability sampling, and the other one is non-probability sampling. About probability sampling, again, we divide into three parts: simple random sampling, stratified sampling, multi-stage cluster sampling. And for non-probability sampling, we have the two types: convenience sampling and snowball sampling. So in the next slide, I will explain all of this. This is another slide for sampling method. Again, I mentioned we have random sample, stratified or second random sample, way to sample, cluster sample, contact or snowball sample, multi-stage sampling. Now, as you see in this slide, all right, we have probability sampling and non-probability sampling. The two main kind of the type of the sampling. All right. Now I explain what is probability sampling, and then I will explain what is non-probability sampling. All right. For probability sampling, it's a selection of individuals from the population so that they are representative of the population. So they're representative of the population. For non-probability, sampling is the selection of participants because they are available, convenient, or represent some characteristic the investigator wants to study. Alright, this is the difference between probability and non-probability. In next slide, again, I will explain. Alright, basically two sampling strategy available. About probability, again, we can say each member of the population has a certain probability to be selected into the sample. Alright, same probability. But in non-probability sampling, members selected not according to logical probability or mathematical rule, but by other things, for example, convenience or access. So this is the difference. Again, for probability sampling, I can say every element in the population under study has a non-zero probability of selection to a sample, and every member of the population has an equal probability of being selected. Again, I focus on this equal probability of being selected, meaning probability sampling. But in non-probability sampling, we don't have equal probability. It is an arbitrary means of selecting sampling units based on subjective considerations such as personal judgment or convenience. It is less preferred probability sampling. Alright? So sometimes it is not possible to get the kind of information about populations required for probability sampling when the sampling frame is not now complicated and limited statistical analysis often but suited for qualitative research. So for qualitative research, we use these two methods, okay, where the distribution of characteristics is not important. So in qualitative research, as I talked about it in last session, I don't know, last session or exact last session, about the two methods of research, qualitative and quantitative, alright? So now we understand that if our research is qualitative, so it means we can use the probability or non-probability sampling because the characteristic, the distribution of characteristics is not important in this research. Alright, so if, for example, we choose non-probability sampling, so this sampling also divides many times. For example, it divides to one of the one kind of non-probability sampling is convenience sampling. This is the sampling technique which selects those sampling units most conveniently available at a certain point in or over a period of time. Alright? Major advantages of convenience sampling is that it quick, convenient, economical. A major disadvantage is that the sample may not be representative because you choose it very quick, alright? Convenience sampling is best used for the purpose of exploratory research and supplemented subsequently with probability sampling. About different types of research, exploratory or explanatory or descriptive, also we talked in last session, alright? So previous classes. So, for example, if your research is exploratory research, you can choose convenience sampling as your method of your sampling. Okay, another type is judgment or purposive sampling. This is a sampling technique in which the business researchers select the sample based on judgment about some appropriate characteristic of the sample member. So this is a very useful method for business research. For example, the Consumer Price Index (CPI) that I know you know about the CPI. So it is based on judgment sample of market-based items, housing costs, and other selected goods and services which are representative for most of the overall population in terms of their consumption. So, for example, CPI. When we use CPI, we use judgment of the person sampling. Example 2, for this method, you can take selection of certain gold industry which serve as indicator for the national gold trend. This is another good example for this method. Okay, another type of non-probability sampling is the quality sampling. This is a sampling technique in which the business researcher ensures that certain characteristics of population are represented in the sample to an extent which is he or she desires. Again, by segment, it's not totally, not randomly selected, a specific number on each segment or interview, etc. may not be fully representative, cheaper methods, okay? For example, a business researcher wants to determine through interviews the demand for product X in a district which is very diverse in terms of its ethnic composition, alright? If the sample size consists of 100 units, the number of individuals from each ethnic group interviewed should correspond to the group's percentage composition of the total population of the district. So you can see that. Alright, what happened here? Okay. So this method, Pareto sampling, has disadvantages and advantages. For advantages, we can say this includes the speed of data collection, less cost, the element of convenience, and representativeness if the subgroups in the sample are selected properly. So it's very important that you choose or you select your subgroup properly. If not, cannot contribute very well. Disadvantages can include the elements of subjectivity, alright? Another method is the snowball sampling. In this sampling technique, in which individuals or organizations are selected first by probability method, and then additional respondents are identified based on information provided by the first group of respondents. Alright? For example, through a sample of 500 individuals, 20 scuba diving enthusiasts are identified, which in turn identify a number of other scuba divers. Very clear. Okay, the advantage of a snowball sampling is that smaller sample size and cost are necessary. A major disadvantage is that the second group of respondents suggested by the first group may be very similar and not representative of the population with that characteristic. Okay, so in the previous slide, we talked about the different types of non-probability sampling. Now, we have also a different type of probability sampling. The first one is simple random sampling. This is a technique which ensures that each element in the population has an equal chance of being selected for the sample, equal chance of anyone being picked, alright? Also, a random sample may select those not in the target group. Indiscriminate sample size may need to be large to be representative and can be very expensive. Example, choosing a raffle ticket from a drum, computer-generated selection, random digit telephone dialing. Okay, a raffle is kind of old play. The major advantage of simple random sampling is its simplicity. So this is the good advantage for this type of sampling. The other type of probability sampling is systematic sampling. This is a technique in which an initial starting point is selected by a random process after which every number on the list is selected to constitute part of the sample. From a list of 1,500 names tired, right? Okay. So we have a list that this list includes 1,500 names. Then a name on the list is randomly selected and then take every 25th name thereafter. The sampling interval in this case would equal 25. So each 25 names can be chosen. For systematic sampling to work with, the list should be random in nature and not have some underlying systematic pattern. This is the point for this method. Okay, probability sampling also, we have stratified sampling. This is another type of probability sampling. The technique which is, in which simple random subsamples are drawn from within different strata that share some common characteristics. So if we choose a stratify or segment random sampling, samples on the basis of a representative strata or segment, alright? It's still random but more focused, may give more relevant information, may be more cost effective. For example, a student body of CIIT is divided into two groups, management science and engineering, okay? And from each group, students are selected for a sample using simple random sampling in each of the two groups, whereby the size of the sample for each group is determining that group's overall strength. About advantages, it has the advantage of giving more representative samples and less random sampling error. Disadvantages lie therein that is more complex and information on the strata may be difficult to obtain. Also, there are other specialized techniques of sampling, such as cluster sampling, primarily based on geographical areas or clusters that can be seen as the representative of the whole population. Multi-stage area sampling, that is sample selected from multi-stage or subgroups, and also internet sampling. Mr. Ekman, I will answer your question after I finish my slide. Thank you. Okay, issues in sample design and selection. The first thing that you should pay attention about it is accuracy. Samples should be representative of the target population. Less accuracy is required for exploratory research than for conclusive research projects. Okay, so the important thing that the sample should be representative of your target population. It means accurate. All right. Another thing is resources, time, money, and individual or institutional capacity are very important consideration due to the limitation on them. All right. So often these resources must be traded against accuracy. Okay, another issue is availability of information. Often information on potential sample participants in the form of list, direction, etc. is unavailable, especially in developing countries. In developing countries, we don't have, sometimes we don't have very good directory. So which makes some sampling techniques impossible to undertake. Alright. Another thing is geographical consideration. The number and dispersion of population elements may determine the sampling technique used. Okay. For example, cluster sampling. Another thing is statistical analysis. This should be performed only on samples which have been created through probability sampling, and not probability sampling if you don't choose it. Okay. And finally, I can say for good sampling, the key point, randomness is the key, and low reliance upon the natural characteristic of probability theory, avoid bias, intentional or otherwise, designed to include all non-subgroups. Sample that is selected will respond has a good return rate. Okay, it means does not unintentionally turn into the volunteer. So means volunteer should be chosen by intentionally. All right. Okay, the presentation finished now. The slide. Now I want to answer your question that I have in the chat box. Okay. First, Mr. Agnell asked me about strata. Let me find something. Okay, Mr. Agnell, what is exactly what's the question you have exactly? You mean what's the strata? It means different type of people. Strata means different type of people.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Actually, there was some question, but I think you were just going very fast with the slide moving. And
sorry, can you talk a little bit loudly?
I think I'm already talking loudly.
All right. Sorry, because I cannot hear you well. All right.
Okay. My question was about two things. The one was, what is the stratified sampling? I mean, I don't know the meaning of the stratified words, and also I could not understand well at the definition of this type of sampling.
All right. You mean what does the word strata mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Also a little bit explanation.
Okay, strata means, for example, different type of people in one country. For example, we can say in Afghanistan we have three types of strata. For example, low income people can be one strata, the middle income people can be another strata. You know, it means a different type of people, group of people. So it depends on which differentiation. For example, economic differentiation. So we have a different strata based on economic issues. We have different type of strata based on social issues. Okay. For example, about educational things, we have different type of strata of people. For example, high level, low level. It means the people with high education, middle education, mean just bachelor, or for example, undergraduate people can be another strata based on education thing. Can you get my point?
Yeah, thank you. Now it's clear. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, another question is from, I think, Mr. Alamzeb Zarqoon, I think. I hope I pronounced it correct. Asked me about a cluster. How can I tell you? All right. Cluster is something, for example, okay, example, I can give you an example. We have geographical cluster. Okay, for example, center part of Afghanistan can be a cluster. North of Afghanistan can be another cluster. Okay, south of Afghanistan can be another cluster. It can be geographical cluster, and it differs with the school or state. A state can be included cluster, but not a school or village or something like this. I know. I don't know. Is it clear now or no? If you can talk, you can answer now. Mr. Alamzeb Zarqoon, this cluster is clear for you now or no? Okay, all right, thank you. So I think today we talk about sampling, and next class, it is our 7th class. It will be our 7th class, and I will talk about the data collection, all right? And then by the end of 8th class, that is the last class for my presentation, I will talk about analysis data, finally writing about the conclusion of your research. So in the 8th class, I will finish my class by presentation, I mean, and the class will be continue by your supervision. I mean, you should present your research. So in 9th class, 10th class, 7th class, and 12th class, we have a group of students that maybe today we can talk about it. And then in each class, 2 or 3 of students can present their research by, slide, giving out a slide. And we have a Q&A. And then after you get our idea, our comments, me and your classmates, then you can go and start to write up your final research. Another thing, today we can talk about this also. Please remind me that I can divide you in the group for 4 classes. If you have, if any of you are volunteer for the first one, for the first class, I mean the 9th class, you can write in the chat box for me or email to me. And if you don't have any volunteer, it depends on your progress of your research that I receive your proposal. I will do it myself and divide the group. Also, I want to tell welcome to new students. I think today we have one new student, Mr. Alam Zarqoon. So you are welcome to the research methodology class, and I will send you the previous slides. Also, I will send these slides for session 6 to all of you. So if you have any question, you can ask now, and if not, we can talk about the research proposal, because some of your research proposal I had looked, and I want to give you some comments. So dear student, if you have any question, you can ask now. All right, let me talk about some of the research proposals that I had a look on. All right, Mr. Ahmed Jawad Wafa, can you talk now? Mr. Ahmed Jawad Wafa, can you hear me? If you hear me, I can talk about your proposal.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
All right. Okay, Mr. Ahmed Jawad Wafa, the topic of your research is the marketing in non-profit business in Afghanistan, yes?
That's true, yes.
All right. The first thing, please add in Afghanistan in your title, because the title you mentioned marketing in non-profit business. So please continue by the name of the country in Afghanistan, okay?
Okay, that can be added. But what if I put it to general? Maybe that's, I think, because marketing for non-profit business is something which can be also general everywhere. But still, as you said, I can put in Afghanistan. I have the experience of Afghanistan, that's true. I don't have experience from other non-profit organizations, how they do marketing.
So you mean you want to make it more narrow, or what do you mean?
If you think it is more relevant to put Afghanistan, then I can put it here. But when I selected this title, this topic, I meant marketing and non-profit business as a whole, in general, not only in Afghanistan.
Oh, all right. As a whole, you want to do it.
Yeah, but of course, my focus will be, and my samplings as today we discussed, will be in Afghanistan, not outside Afghanistan.
Okay, so it depends on you. The first thing I want to say, marketing in non-profit business, also marketing, what does it mean marketing? Marketing and license, marketing what? What do you mean by marketing?
Marketing in general.
All right, you mean all aspects of marketing?
All aspects of marketing, that's true, yeah.
All right. Okay. So you
because
can
you
marketing
know, hello.
All right, Mr. Wafa. So it's better I press mute and then. Okay, Mr. Wafa, your topic can be marketing in non-profit business. If you want, you can add in Afghanistan. If you do the research only in Afghanistan, but if you choose some other countries, you can put marketing in non-profit business in selected Asian countries. And if you do your research as a whole, meaning you should do, when you don't put anything, it means the board. So you should do your research in one country, Europe, one in Asia. You know, you can do it very wide if you don't want to put anything. But if you want, for example, to do your research in Afghanistan, Pakistan, or some other Asian countries, you can mention in selected Asian countries. This is the first point. And the other thing, when you say as a whole, what do you mean? Because when you want to do your research, if you do the quantitative, so you should spread the questionnaire. So can you spread the questionnaire in all over the? I mean, not only in Afghanistan, in other places as well. If not, the questionnaire, or for example, the interview, all the method that you choose for your data analysis be done in Afghanistan, so you cannot do it as a whole, okay? Because I think this research, marketing in nonprofit business, it's not a theoretical academic research. You want to investigate in nonprofit business, so you should see, for example, the CEO, the manager, people in nonprofit business, and talk with them, and then you can understand what the problem marketing they have and give them some solution and conclusion, something like this. So at this way, I think it's better you specify your place. Okay, this is the first thing about your topic. The other thing I want to tell you, you write the proposal as number 1, phenomenon of interest and problem statement. Then you put research question and objective. Again, you put research objective. Then you put theoretical framework. And then research methodology, timetable, budget. It's okay. I think it's okay. And maybe it's better if you put something as a background. All right. The rest of it should be okay. Just pay attention to the title and the thing, and you think about what exactly you want to do, and which method you want to use, and how you can collect the data. When you don't mention anything, any place in your topic, so when I or other people read your research, expect that you do the very wide, research. But if I see your research that most of the data collected in Afghanistan is not very wide, so I would ask myself, why don't you put Afghanistan in your topic? So think about it, and then if you think it's better you mention some place in your topic, you can mention. And if you think no, if you want to do it very wide, okay, you can omit, and this topic can be okay. Thank you so much. And good luck in your research.
Thank you very much, Ms. Foghani. As you said, I do the research in Afghanistan. That is something for sure. And I will add Afghanistan because I cannot do it outside my country. And thank you for making this clear. Another request, just for the sake of us to know and get experience from each other, is it possible if you display the research proposal from every student on this screen so that we can see and learn from each other?
I cannot get your point. Can you type for me, because your voice is broken?
I was saying that just for the sake of us to know and learn from each other, is it possible to put the research proposals from all the students and display in this screen on here?
You mean
so we all see each other's proposal?
You mean I put the research proposal share with other students now? Okay, you asked me that when I talk about the research proposal of the student, also I share to the other one in the screen. Okay, it's a good idea, but I think it takes time, because now I have a print of your proposal, all right, and I read from my paper, not from my computer. So maybe next time I can do something like this, and then download all of them and can share with you, because now I don't have the file in my computer, all right. Another thing, I think when I share, all right, Mr. Ekman also agree with you. Okay, I will do it for next session because now I don't have the file of the student in my computer. Okay, and but the problem is when I want to share one by one, and maybe some of you not agree. And then the other problem is when I want to share, it takes time. So I don't know. Maybe it's better try for next class. Everything goes well, so we will do it again. If no, we can stop sharing. Okay? But today I cannot do because I don't have a file. Sorry. All right? Okay, Miss Masuda also agree. All right, I try to collect all of your files in my computer and next time share. Okay? All right. Another thing I want to say. Um, Mr. Ismail Sahibzada, I think you joined us late because you write in the chat box that you don't have any idea about today's presentation. I can give you a little bit information about today's presentation. Today we talk about the sampling, all right? What is sample, what is population, how can we do our sampling in the right way, and different type of sampling. And this is all the thing that we talk today. And the details, I mean, all the slides, I can email to you, and you can read them. And if you have any questions, then you can ask me through the email. Okay. Another research proposal that I want to talk about is Mr. Akimal, I think. Let's see, yes. Mr. Hezbollah Akimal. Can you hear me now? I want to give you some comments about your research proposal.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay, Dr. Akmal, I had a look on your research proposal. Your topic is evaluation of accelerating agriculture sustainable program, abbreviation ASAP. Okay. I suggest you some regularity and discipline in your writing the research proposal. You put many points, many useful points. You write many things about your topic, but they don't have a regularity, all right? So, for example, you can, you put purpose as the first item, then you talk about the background, and then you give some information about this system. But I cannot find any title such as, for example, research questions and problem statement, and yes, that's all. These two parts, research question, research objective, problem statement, they are the main important part in the research proposal. So maybe read the whole of your research proposal. I understand what is your research problem, what is your research objective, but it hasn't, it hasn't any regularity and discipline. All right, so it's better that, for example, you put the background as the first item. And then in the background, you can mention, for example, definition of key terms. And in the definition of key terms, you can explain all of these terms that you explained, okay? But the title should be something like a definition of key term. And then you can also add the title of operational definition, all right, and put the explanation about the ASAP in each part. And after that, you can go to the research objective, research problem, and research question and problem statement. So one by one, because when I look at the research proposal of the student, because I don't have time that I can read word by word, I just want to find what is exactly about it, okay? Not me, maybe most of the people just want to get a whole idea of your research, so they don't have it, they don't have, maybe they don't have time to read all of them. But when you put research objective, research, for example, question and problem statement, and by this title, when I read totally, I can get your idea. This is the first one. Another thing, the definition of key term or operational definition shouldn't be spread throughout your research proposal. You should put all of them in one part, okay? You should, it's not only for you, other students I see like this, that they talk about the new concept, new key term, suddenly in the middle of the research proposal. It shouldn't be like this. Most of the time, when you talk about the background, first you should put background in your first part of your research proposal. And then when you want to explain about the concept, about the key term in your research, you put all of them in one part, like definition of key term, or for example, operational definition, something like this. That when I want to understand, because now I don't know exactly, for example, what is ASAP, all right? Maybe I just go to definition key term, and then I get the idea. That's it. But I think you explain this system in all parts of your research, not exactly in one part. This is also important point, because other students also don't do this. Most of the research proposal that I see doesn't follow my slide. I don't want to tell you that my slide is the last and final thing, of course not. But I ask you, if you want to do some innovation, and you, of course, you should be creative. You should be creative, okay? But you should also follow up the main rules. When you look at the sample of the research proposal, I ask all of the students that please search the internet or go to the library and ask about the research of other students and read them. Not read totally, but have a look. Because I think most of you, how can I say, alright, most of you are practical people, you work, you are in a very good position in your job, alright? So most of the time, of course, you prepare reports for your other employee or your boss, okay? And so most of the research proposal that I see, it's very close to the report, office report, all right? Just you want to inform me about what is your topic. But in the academic research, the rules are something different. So I ask you, all of you, to read some sample and then get idea that how is the academic research is, all right? Because I think most of you don't follow up the the things that we should write in academic research. This is my suggestion, but the topic, the context, the content of your research proposal is very good, and I'm very happy about this because different type of topic I get, and I receive a very different, research proposals. They are very interesting, and it's okay. But just more pay attention, write your research proposal, how to write your research. And another thing I want to say, I think I sent all of you the sample of the thesis MBA. Just look at this format, and maybe you can get some idea that helps you to write better. All right? Thank you, all. Okay, any questions?
Thank you very much for a good explanation. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, I can hear you. Yes.
Actually, I heard about your points about my research proposal. That there is a lot of points. Actually, I'm working for a consultancy foreign company. They are doing the research or evaluation for that project. They are being implemented by USAID partner in Afghanistan. The topic I selected, actually, this project has 4 main components, which I would like to do our research in this aspect, which is agribusiness investment in Afghanistan under this project. The second one is agriculture input and also agriculture services and advisory services to the government employee. So these 4 components cover the whole research proposal, and each of these have some specific activity. For example, under the agriculture services, there are support of 450 veterinary field unit or veterinary field clinics, and also around 400 agriculture. I would like to do our research about these kind of services which are already delivered by the USAID to the farmers, whether this project was sustainable or not. Also, there are a lot of questions I already mentioned in my proposal. I think you already saw. So anyway, I will again revise my proposal, and I will follow your kind instruction, and will follow the format you sent to us, and I will manage it as soon as I can.
Yeah, it's very good because Mr. Ekman, your proposal is one of the good proposals because you mentioned anything in your proposal, and your proposal is very clear, all right, about the content, but just doesn't have some regularity. Just this. So just again look at your proposal and manage and arrange your writing more regularly. That's all. Because the content is very good, very clear, okay? But to arrange them again, okay? That's it. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. I will do it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. I think I didn't. I haven't received any topic from you yet. I don't know what you want to write. What is your research topic? And I ask you to send your topic because just we have other class, and after that the student should present. This is one thing. Another thing also, Mr. Alan if you can talk now, please introduce yourself and tell me about your background and what's your idea, what you have, what's your idea about the research. Do you have any ideas about which field of research you want to do? Your field of research is not about it or not? Please tell me now if you can talk.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, yes, Mr. Zagun, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm a observer. I did BBA, and I'm working in a field in a position of operation manager for BBC. And my interesting topic in the research will be impact management system. Impact survey, and we are already working on this project with USID. So maybe this will be really useful. We working on this project like how people in Afghanistan impacted and how you said helping them is the eye is coming to the right people or how we evaluating and we do survey in all Afghanistan on this project. So maybe we're at the beginning of this project, maybe this will be really useful, and I have a good idea in this project. We have sufficient information and documents for this project, so I can do research on this project.
All right. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, because your voice is broken, so I can get at this point from your typing that you want to do some research for your company, yes? Am I right?
Yeah. This is a project
So
that our company.
It's really practical research, yes?
Yeah, it's a really practical research. Currently, we're implementing this project in all Afghanistan, and we do survey and research in all Afghanistan who affected by war from coalition forces and ISAF forces. So we see you side helping these people. Is this aid is coming to the right people or how? We do practical field research on this one.
Alright, can you just write your proposed topic for me to chat box, because I cannot get your point about the topic. And then I can explain for you.
Yes. All right, enable love.
All right, impact survey in Afghanistan. All right. What is the business aspect of this, topic? What do you want exactly about the business research? Impact survey in Afghanistan, all right. Okay. All right. So result and impact management system survey in Afghanistan, something like this.
I think this is a great project for me. That's why we are already working on this project with USID. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to do your research and investment in the results and impact management systems survey in Afghanistan, and then you want to investigate it, and then so finally you want to conclude that, for example, what is the best management survey, something like this.
Yes.
Okay, sure, you can do. All right.
Thanks.
Yes, it's related to some area in strategy management. If you give me strategies, not strategies, the suggestion for having better management system survey.
Hello.
All right. Can you get my point, Mr. Zahun? Your topic is okay. Just sensing your background and your topic, your final topic to me by email by end of this week. All right, then I will comment to you again. But at this step, your topic should be okay, and you should think about that. How can you provide successful indicator for example, a management system survey, and how you can guide the research to conclude the successful management system survey, something like this. But please send me your final topic and also your background by email to me, and then I will send the rest of the files and all of the information that I sent to students before. Thank you.
Okay, I will send you all the information via email to you.
All right, and then I type my email address now in chat box, because most of the students finalize their topic. So if you can send me as soon as possible, it's very good.
Okay. Well, I will send you just within a short second.
Pardon me, I cannot hear you. Okay, Mr. Zarwood, this is my email address. All right, I type in chat box. And I would appreciate it if you send me your background and also your final topic. Thank you.
Okay, I will send you.
All right, thank you. You are welcome.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Okay. All right, Mr. Akmal, you are welcome to tell your suggestion. Mr. Akmal, if you have a suggestion, you can talk about it now. Can you hear me, Mr. Akmal?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
All right.
me now?
Yes, Mr. Akmal.
Yeah, actually my suggestion or like request is about the upcoming season of our methodology class. Because maybe 2 or 3 days after there will be Ramadan, and this time is I think not suitable to attend our class. It is possible to change the time of class from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, you need to change the class time. All right. The first question, in Afghanistan, when you have finished your fasting, what time exactly finish?
I think that this time, I think people will be looking to Ramadan, because this is a time for iftar. I don't know how to say in English. So
yeah, I want to know the time of iftar. I don't know what time.
For dinner. Maybe I think 7:30 will be the time for iftar.
7:30, you mean? All right. So you want to have a class after finish fasting, yeah? After iftar.
Yeah, exactly. This is my personal suggestion. We will be looking for our other classmates whether they have problem or no. If they don't have problem, I can be flexible with them, no problem for myself. But I think this will be a general problem for all of us.
All right. I don't know that uh, the rest of the student also agree or no, but you can send your suggestion by email to WWS management because I think they should arrange the changing the class time. All right, because maybe you said, for example, the class begin in 8 o'clock, but other students don't agree. So then we face some problem. So if you access and can talk to other students and finalize with them, and then, for example, you remain to me that most of us agree with change the time of the class, then I can talk to WWS management and we'll let you know about it. All right? Okay, so now I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the students, we have 6 of the students. So if you can ask other students as well, so I can change the time of class. All right, so let me know about the rest of the student idea, and then I will inform you about the WWS management, okay? All right, thank you. Yes, because you know I'm Muslim too, and my time for finish fasting is around 15 to 9. So for me, it's better that the class begin at 5 o'clock and finish at 7 before finish the fasting. Because when you finish your fasting and you want to start the class, meaning at the middle of the class, I should go and then finish my fasting before the start, alright? So it's difficult for me. So if it's possible, we can do something like before time of the start or exactly 1 hour after. So I can email the student and ask them about it, and then we go and then we do the whatever that most of the students agree with me. Okay, also you can ask from the Facebook page, no problem. And I can also invite the student and ask their idea. So for next class, I think, I don't know if I have a response, so maybe before next class I can inform you about the change of timetable or not. But if I don't have enough response to change this, maybe next class again we have class at 6 o'clock, and then in that class we decide about changing the time frame. All right. Any other question or suggestion? You can ask now. Yes, Mr. Akmal, it's better to select the time for both like before the admin or after that. Alright? So you can put on the Facebook, and also parallelly I email to the student, and I hope we can have a conclusion before the next class. And then I will inform you. All right, Mr. Ibrahimi, did you send me your topic? Can you hear me? All right, I think Mr. Ibrahimi cannot talk. All right, Mr. Abdul Samad Nazari, do you have any question about the research proposal? Because I think last class we have talked about the research proposal, and then I asked you to narrow down your research question and research problem statement, something like this, because you mentioned so many things. Yes.
Yes, I revised, and then I narrowed down the problem statement, and I sent it to you already. I don't know you received it or not.
Okay, you sent to me your revised research proposal?
Yes, I revised, and I narrowed down the problem statement, and I sent it to you. I don't know if you received it or not.
Okay. All right. So maybe I received this email, but don't replace it by because now I have the print of your research proposal, so I should replace it by the new one. All right. Thank you. I will have a look at your new research proposal and talk about it next class. Okay. But if you have any question or problem, you can ask me now.
Very good. Thank you very much. So I'm looking forward to receive your suggestion and comments, please.
All right. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay, you are welcome. And about your presentation, I don't know. Last class, I think Mr. Akmal said he is a volunteer to be the first. If now, again, you agree, I can put your name in the first class of presentation of the student. Excuse me, and if you are not, and if you don't agree, then I will choose. Okay, excuse me. Oh, I think that right now leave the class. So I will choose a group for presentation in the class regarding to their research progress, and then I will email to the students. All right. Mr. Zarkun, can you send me your email now in the chat box that I can reply by attachment of the previous slide? Hello, Mrs. Zara. Can you hear me? Can you send me your email address now in the chat box? Okay, dear student, if you have a question, can ask me now. Alright, if you don't have any question and you don't want to ask me anything about your research proposal, we can finish the class now, and I will see you in next class. Alright, dear students, now I want to finish the class. I hope you have a very good weekend. Hope to see you in the next class. Have a good weekend and goodbye.
إنه الجبل في الشمال.